Hi, I'm Joe Ward, your independent candidate to become federal MP for Sydney Glace Bay. Now, unfortunately, an asshole named Donald Trump is scaring some folks into thinking that they have to vote for a party candidate, and that's the only choice, even if they don't expect those party candidates to do anything for us right here in Cape Breton.
What I'd like to see Canada become our 51st state.
Now, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you why you don't have too much to worry about and why I can actually win this riding and get a common sense Cape Bretoner, one that actually cares about us instead of the esteemed leaders of a party, whether it's Pierre Poilievre or Mark Carney. Now, 9,371 of you voted for me when I ran for mayor. Now, keep that in mind because I'm going to tell you exactly how I can win this with that number. Now, it might seem strange to bring Archie MacKinnon into the calculations, but all quirks aside, Archie MacKinnon ran in Sydney, Victoria back in 2019, and with 5,679 votes, he probably took the election right out of the hands of Eddie Orrell, and Archie was recognized nationally for a strong performance as an independent. When Archie ran, Jaime Batiste pulled 12,500 votes and Eddie Orrell pulled 11,200 votes. Now, without Archie running, in 2021, Batiste moved up to 14.2 thousand votes and Orrell pulled 13,100. It's clear. Archie MacKinnon successfully stripped votes away from both of those parties. Now, a strong independent candidate pulls the party candidates down. And Archie did very well in doing that, but he didn't knock them down low enough to pass by them. But in my mayoral run, I beat Archie by 7,734 votes, almost 6 times as many as he achieved. Now, I'm not here to rub salt in wounds. Archie's data just showed how an independent can actually win, and he was the first to reveal the vulnerability. Now, from the almost 14,000 votes for Rankin McSween and James Edwards in the mayoral election running against me, I would have been the second choice of about 75% of those. There's about another 10,000 votes out there that may be ready to fix what we didn't get done in the CBRM election for mayor. So if I can add as few as 1,000 more votes to my mayoral total of 9,371, I will win Sydney Glace Bay. An independent candidate and an equalization advocate who wants to focus on our island to lower our property tax, that's the person who can win this election and who should win this election, and we'll make history together when we do it. We'll send the parties a giant message, and then we'll immediately get to work. Not on Pierre Poilievre's agenda, not on Mark Carney's agenda, on our agenda. And that's it. That's the math. You just have to come with me for this to work. But I know some of you are thinking you're worried about who gets elected. You feel like Trump is a dangerous guy that we have to defeat. The first thing I can tell you is that the national polling in Canada is stabilizing around data that suggests there's around a 99% probability that the Liberals will win the most seats, with a significant likelihood that they're actually going to get a majority. Now, if we elect Anna Manley, she'll be facing a Liberal government unless something drastically changes between now and Election Day. But our riding in Sydney Glace Bay is not going to decide this national election. The projections are putting the Liberals in a majority range, and Poilievre's Conservatives aren't polling to get the majority or even the win. So let's imagine that we elected candidates for the Liberals or the Conservatives and that the party formed the government. You might think that that's the best outcome to deal with Trump. Well, our 2 MPs are only 2 from among 343 MPs nationally. We have just 2 seats in Cape Breton. So for comparison, there are 199 seats in Ontario and Quebec. Do you really think that 0.6% of the MPs that we have here, even if they're on side of the elected government, that they're going to have any real pull within the national party? What Anna and Mike have is marching orders from Poilievre or Mark Carney. They have limits on what they can do or they can say, and they have a national platform that is mostly interested in the concerns of Quebec, Ontario, and westward. If you're a common sense Cape Bretoner, you can figure out the math on that one pretty easily. Now, I challenged Mike Kellaway and Anna Manley at the Centre 200 debate about why they wouldn't respond to the Nova Scotians for Equalization of Fairness, and of course, they avoided answering that direct question, but they also made it clear that neither one of them has any interest in making sure we get our fair share. So what can anyone really believe that we're going to gain by supporting them? They don't support our key need. They're muzzled by their parties. They're promoting platforms that benefit other provinces more than us. Aren't they supposed to be our representatives? This election is likely to result in a Liberal government no matter who we elect here, and the Member of Parliament for Sydney Glace Bay will be just one of 343 nationally having no real pull within the party system, within their chosen party. Not only that, I'm entering this race and I have supporters out there with up to 19,000 votes to bring my way. If you don't want Anna Manley to win, then make sure you lock in your vote with me. If you don't want Mike Kellaway to win, then make sure you lock your vote in with me. And if you're an NDP voter and you're considering a strategic vote, then lock your vote in with me. Listen, if we elect Team Red or Team Blue, it's business as usual, nothing special, and status quo. If you elect me, the entire game has changed. So the question is, are we ready to stand up for ourselves or not? If you thought yes, then vote for me, and let's get this done.